Oh, baby, it's cold outside. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday to you. Happy Friday to me. It's about 12:30 Friday afternoon. It's 25 degrees outside and somewhat warmer inside. And today's episode is brought to you by this thing, because why wouldn't it be? Uh, so, I don't know if anybody cares, but it's time for the weekly newspaper. Let's see what we got. And again, I've said this before, I'll try to go through it, fairly quickly. We got Reese Hazelton wins Pennsylvania Gatorade Player of the Week for volleyball. So that's kind of cool. It says Pennsylvania. It's not like Central Pennsylvania or, Mo Valley or whatever. Player of the Week for the whole state. I've seen stuff, but their volleyball team seems to be really good. There's oh, this is cool. A guy opened a new business down in Phillipsburg on Front Street. He opened Littletown Guitars and is accepting appointments for music lessons. Let's see. Looks like the Phillipsburg fire companies are trying to get organized to merge. It always did seem weird. I mean, those of you not from around here, those are all small. Phillipsburg's a little bit bigger, but it's not a big place. Last time I paid any attention, their census was like 3,000 or something. I think they always thought that they were bigger because, everybody lives in the past. And, back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, when people didn't have cars and that, it was a big deal. Phillipsburg had businesses and a lot of people. Then in like a 5-mile radius or whatever, that was where they went to do all their shopping. And now they still have like grocery stores and stuff, but they're not as big a deal as they still think that they are. But anyway, I was going to say, it always seemed weird. Like I said, a town of like 3,000, and obviously it covers a surrounding area too, somewhat, but why they ever had two fire companies in the first place. But I guess I haven't been really paying attention to a lot of this stuff, but I think somebody finally realized it might save them some money if they would combine some things. They have down there, I know, it seems like the borough puts money into the fire company, so they have something to say about these things. Let's just see, it says Justin Butterworth, fire company assistant chief, asked the council to request the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development to conduct a feasibility study for the proposed merger. So I guess they're not too far along. If they're asking the state to do a feasibility study, that's kind of early steps. Oh, let's see. I'm having trouble reading in this light. Kevin Conklin, Roland theater manager, usually passes when offered the chance to speak at council meetings. But in this one, he reported open house. I mean, this is kind of weird. It says he usually passes when offered a chance to speak. I mean, the guy who runs the theater, he's not exactly a public official or anything. I mean, that'd be like, somebody from the grocery store sitting there and they say, so hey, Bob, you want to tell us what specials we're having this week? But, I don't know. I'm just going to read the headline on this. Shoreline improvements at Coldstream. They make it sound like they live by the ocean. I guess this must be, yep. There's a picture of the girl that got the Gatorade Player of the Week. What was that again? Was it month? Year, yeah. Okay, this is exciting. Some place here has a new menu. Okay, see now, I do not know anything about this place. It's just I just saw the ad there and decided to, but it's called Brown Bag Catering, okay? But tell me this, if you were advertising any sort of restaurant or whatever, would you make a dog your logo? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I mean, it's obviously fine dining if the dog likes it. Let's see. Keep looking to see if find any real news in here. You can have fun in the snow at Black Shannon. Not the kind of thing that interests me anymore. Well, we got a lot of obituaries. We got Marianne Tootsie Beers. Trying to see who she survived by to see if well, here's one. So all people would know Alex Hind, who was born in 1954, a few years older than me, but a lot of people would know he worked for the borough for a number of years. He's always a pretty good guy. His wife hates me, but who doesn't? We got Linda Rodkey. She was born in 1961. She's from Houtzdale, and the name sounds really familiar. I don't know, I think they might have maybe used to come in the library. Oh, I missed one over here. M. Louise Lloyd, born in 1937. Lori K. Lobb, born in 1970. 54 years old. Well, she was 53, I guess. Didn't have her birthday yet this year. Huh. But that's young. And Lily Anna Chica, also 53. She's been born in Colombia. Oh, here we go. The police report. By the way, I'm not meaning to disrespect the obituaries. It's just I basically just read the name so that anybody who's not from around here, you might recognize the name, and if you wanted to, you could easily Google. You go to Gant News. They usually have all the obituaries there. Then, if you hear the name and you go, oh, I wonder if that's so and so's wife or whatever. Because you guys really don't want me reading 10 obituaries. There's the police report. Kim Sobel of Morrisdale lost control of a Jeep and traveled off the road. That said Deer Creek Road Part 1. Now there's Deer Creek Road Part 2. Lester Smeal of Morrisdale was traveling south when he encountered a garbage can in the lane of travel and abruptly swerved. To avoid it, he lost control on the slippery road and apparently had a little accident. Here we have MIA, 17-year-old Morrisdale female, left her residence without intentions of returning. The juvenile was located with an involved party and transported back to her parents' residence and was cited with disorderly conduct as a result. But it says found with a involved party, and obviously I know nothing about this, but doesn't that scream to you older guy that the parents don't like? Probably for good reason. I mean, otherwise it would have said like at a friend's house or something like that. But I got news for those parents. She's 17. Pretty soon you're going to lose all control. The mystery of Unit 1. Unit 1 was traveling. Attempted to negotiate a left-hand turn. The driver overcompensated. Yeah, I have no idea what the hell they're supposed to be talking about with Unit 1. And we have snowy roadway conditions, so pretty much this whole thing, except for the 17-year-old runaway, is about people not knowing how to drive in the winter. Keith Petrosky, 60, of Osceola Mills, was traveling, and when he lost control of his truck due to snowy roadway conditions. You know, I always remember had people say, I don't like driving in the snow. I'm afraid to drive in the snow. And I always say, then don't. We don't want you out there. Obviously, if you feel that way, you're dangerous. There's a thing the wrestlers went 4-2 at Mountaineer duels. Oh, here's another obituary. Lane Knowles, 86, of Osceola. Anybody knows that name? She was married to Yogi. They lived down in Newtown. I didn't know her well, but I always thought she was a nice lady. She retired from Pito School District as head cook. I don't know what it's like now, but back in the 18th century when I was going to school, the school, I mean, school meals are sort of stereotypical, bad food. But we actually had pretty good food. It was all, I mean, they used to cook it fresh. It wasn't a lot of just like prepackaged stuff. They actually cooked the food. And I'm not even going near that deer picking thing. And let's see. I didn't even notice this in there, but this week's star of the week was Aldous Christian Baum. I don't know what he did, but I'm not going to bother going back in there to look for it. Anyway, so that's everything that this rag thought was important to talk about. Until I started doing these things, I didn't pay as much attention to the journal. I mean, I would get it every week, and I'd just sort of scan through it. I'd always check the obituaries because, there's a federal law that once you're over 50, you're required to check the obituaries at least once a week. But now that I've been doing this thing where I go through it, page by page, looking for stuff to talk about, I realize just how little is in there worth talking about. And sure, a big part of it is just because there's usually not a whole lot around the Moshannon Valley, as it's lovingly called, worth talking about. And I think part of it is the newspaper's a piece of crap. Well, but hey, it's free, It's all paid for by advertising. So I imagine they have a policy, written or unwritten, to stay non-controversial because they don't want to upset anybody who might be wanting to take out an ad. Again, just my supposition. I don't know it for a fact. Anyway, nothing else going on here today. I hope you're staying warm. It's Saturday, so I imagine most of you don't have to go outside if you don't want to. So just stay inside and, play with your Tonka trucks or something. And peace out.